All right. Well, good morning. Good morning. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and warm up our bodies, and we'll start with our shoulders. So let's do some shoulder rolls. And remember, this is for you, right? So really, really feel it so that it feels good, right? Feel those shoulders opening up. Yeah. You should do this every morning. This is what gets fluid in the joints. This is what keeps our bodies young and able to continue to move. When we sit still for too long, that tissue gets dried out and it begins to atrophy. So you want to keep moving. And let's stop and change direction. We have somebody else joining in. I'm going to go ahead, just keep circling those shoulders. And good morning, Lydia. Let me go ahead and I'm going to spotlight myself. I'm sorry, go ahead and keep moving those arms. Hi. And let's go ahead. All right, we're set. I'm going to have you bring those arms out, and my palms are facing down at this moment. And let's go ahead and do some circles with those palms facing down. My circles are starting off rather small, but I'm going to go out and allow them to grow just a bit. And again, feel your shoulders beginning to open up as you do this. Feel energy through those fingers, energy moving out from the heart outward. And let's go a little bigger. And I'm going to have you stop, turn those palms up. And we'll do those big circles, but now our palms are up and I'm actually changing my direction. So I'm reversing the direction of my circles. Palms are facing upwards. Notice the muscles are changing, right? And we'll move to medium-sized circles. A little more challenging to the biceps when those palms are facing up. And let's move to small circles. Palms still facing up. And relax those arms. Woo, good job. Feel a little warmth in this area, moving down the arms. Let's work on opening up the neck just a bit. And so I'm going to have you place your hands on your knees. And the reason I do this is because I don't want your torso to turn. I want you to keep your torso in the same position. And just look over one shoulder. And then bring that head back forward and look over the opposite shoulder. And we'll do this just a few times, turning as far as you're able to. And if you can, engage your eyes. Maybe you can look behind you like this owl in the corner here. And that's going to start warming up the muscles around the eyes. And we'll do one more, both to the right and to the left. And then end back in the center. Nice. I'm going to have you visualize that you have a ball or something in your ear right here, just a little one. And try to touch that ball to your shoulder. Now, I'm not going to let you bring that shoulder up. You're just going to take that ball and try to bring it all the way down. Touch the shoulder as far as you can. Now, we're all going to be different, right? Some of us, our head might tilt only at a 45-degree angle. Some of us may be able to bring that ear a little closer and bring that head up. I'm going to do that 3 times. Bring that ear down, trying to touch that ball to the shoulder. Bring it back up. Down, try to touch. And one last time. And I like the way your shoulders are saying stable. Good work. All right, let's try the other side. And this may look different. It might feel different. Some of us, we tend to lean towards one side, and so we might be a little more flexible or stiff on one side. Remember, try to keep the shoulders still. Try to touch that ear to the shoulder and back up. Nice. All right, so now I'm going to put that ball, or maybe it's a little dot on my chin. I'm going to turn my chin to my shoulder and try to touch it. And bring it back up and come back forward. And we'll do that 3 times. So you're going to look over the shoulder, drop that chin down, trying to touch that shoulder. Head back up and forward. You might be feeling a little tension in the neck. We're working those muscles as we're opening up that space. All right, one last time, and then we'll do the opposite direction. And come back forward, and let's look over that other shoulder. Drop that chin down. And again, one side might be easier than the other. This move right here is going to help with your posture, especially for those of us that spend lots of time on the computer or even looking forward. Our heads have a tendency to lean forward or start to move forward. This is going to help loosen up these muscles and strengthen that posture. All right, my hands are still on my knees. I'm going to take one hand. I'm going to visualize that it's going to go straight up towards the ceiling, right as close to my ear, all the way back and behind me. So I'm touching the back of my chair, come back up and down. Now, for some of you, your shoulders might not have that flexibility and your arm might be going outwards, but visualize that it's coming straight up. So even if it's not, let's visualize that your body is moving straight up and straight down. And our goal is to continue to move towards that direction. So even if you're not there in this moment, we'll continue to move. Bring in that flexibility to the shoulder. Let's do this one more time and then we'll switch to the other arm. Nice, let's do the other side. Straight up, and they might be different. This one's a little stiff for me. It doesn't come as close to my ear. But I'm gonna visualize, right? I'm still visualizing that my arm is moving straight up. Opening that door. Swapping it behind me. Again, this is another great exercise to help strengthen our posture. We're working on our spine a little bit today. One last time, all the way back. And come back forward. Nice, good job. All right, let's lift those arms up. We're gonna open them up. Now from here, I'm pulling my palms out, but put your focus on your shoulder blades. Try to touch those shoulder blades together. And bring those arms back forward. Open those arms up, touch the shoulder blades. It's almost as if my chest is being pushed out as I touch my shoulder blades, pull them back together. Open up, touch the shoulder blades. You feel your chest opening up, but you're gonna feel this stretch in the back later today. Pull them back together. One last time, arms apart, let's spread them out, touch those shoulder blades together, and bring those hands back to your knees. Good job, I got someone stepping in. All right. Good morning, Sherry. So Sherry just joined us. Let's go ahead and hang onto our chair. My feet are still flat on the ground. I'm gonna push my arms straight up, lift it up towards the ceiling, feel your ribs opening up, and let's lean over to the side. Now, as I do, this hip wants to raise up, so push it down. And actually, as you push it down, you feel a little more opening up to the side here. And bring this arm down. Let's grab that chair. Shoot that opposite arm up. Reach up a little higher. Feel your chest opening up. Feel the ribs opening up. And let's lean over. Push that hip down. And bring that arm back. All right. This time, instead of shooting straight up, I'm going to do a big circle all the way around. And let's lean over. Now let's take that hand, turn that palm up, push that palm up towards the ceiling. And let's do that big circle all the way back down. Let's circle the other arm, big circle all the way around. Turn that palm up. Push against the ceiling. Big circle all the way back down. Nice, all right. You really feel the body opening up, it feels good. Let's do a little cat-cow while we're in this area of warming the spine up. So you rest your hands on your knees. I'm gonna pull my chest forward and look up, so I'm arching my back. And then I'm gonna push against my knees, curling my back, touching my chin to my chest. And let's just move back and forth. You might follow my pace. Maybe your pace is a little faster, maybe it's a little slower, whatever feels good for you. But the goal is to feel that spine articulating, opening and closing in each of the little gaps between the vertebrae.
Follow your breath.
Yes, that's nice. For those of you that may not heard, Mark said to follow your breath, and it's really nice to breathe in as you move your body up and exhale. It closes down or compresses. Let's just do a couple more. This should feel good. This is another great way to keep the spine flexible, keep the body young. One of the greatest ways that we injure ourselves as we get older is by falling. And what I'm learning is that often we don't fall forward, we fall to the side because we don't always practice this way. And we put our arms out, and that's why we break our hip or we break something in our arm or our shoulder. So this flexibility in the spine is going to help keep our body more limber. So if we go to turn to the side and we stumble, you have that flexibility to turn and protect yourself. So.
Last week, Julie's mom broke her collarbone.
Oh.
This week, she broke her hip.
Mark was sharing that Julie's mom fell and injured herself. So yes. All right. So we've got our spines nice and warmed up. We've got our shoulders warmed up. Let's move up to our hips. So I'm going to have you pull a knee up and give it a hug. And the reason we're doing that is so that we can get this hip open here. And then I'm going to have you push that leg out straight. Open it up. You feel that hip opening up just a bit. Pull it back forward and give yourself another hug. And set it down. Nice. Let's do the other side. Lift that leg up, give yourself a hug. Feel that hip. It's kind of compressing inside there, but we're going to open up that hip just a bit. Push that leg out. Open it up. Now you feel the inside of the leg opening up. Pull it back. Give yourself a hug. And back down. Nice. I'm going to have you do one more stretch on the leg. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you step out just a bit. I'm going to drop that knee down. And so it's kind of a weird look, but I'm trying to open up this outside of the leg here. And so I'm just pulling the knee as if I'm trying to touch the ground, just to feel that hip open up. Yeah, you want to open this up before we start our movement, because I know sometimes you'll get like those Charlie horses. So let's try to open up the hip, and let's do the other side. So I'm just going to twist. Just try to feel that hip opening up on the outside here. And bring it back in. Nice. All right. I think we're ready to move our bodies. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to push our hands up towards the ceiling. As we do, we're going to lift our legs. So I'm going to lift one leg and then the opposite leg. Let's do this for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're feeling warm now. Keep those hands up. I'm going to push them towards you now. And as I do, one foot's going to come out. Bring it back. Opposite foot's going to come out. We'll do this for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You've got this. 17, 18, 19, 20, and rest. Woo, good job. Got the heart beating a little bit faster. Got those bodies warmed up. All right. So I'm going to push across my body and bring it back down. So I'm going to sit on the edge so I have a little bit of movement with my hips. Push across, and we'll do this for 10. 1, do both sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, both sides, and rest. Woo, good job. All right, so now we got our spine going. Do you have a question? No, just getting ready. So yeah, so you know, when I reach up, it's almost as if I'm grabbing a rope. I really like that visualization. And you can do that. So someone's asking about their hands. Whenever you're moving these fingers, you're going to keep that fluid inside the fingers too. One thing I also noticed is that So I've been studying this one gentleman that talks about, it seems like we lose our strength as we get older. But what he says is what's happening is we've been using the big muscles so much that the smaller muscles in the fingers have not been used. And so they begin to atrophy, like we talked, if you don't use them. So yeah, so if you kind of like twist as if you're trying to grab a rope, you can engage those fingers as you pull in. So this time I'm going to reach across. So instead of going up to the ceiling, I'm going to go straight across, parallel to the ground, and pull it back. Straight across, pull it back. And let's do this for 10. 1, both sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, both sides. All right, good job.
Good job.
Yes, yes, and it feels good, right? So thank you for reminding me. Yes, yes. Take advantage, right? You know, as I exercise, I'm using my fingers, but I'm also concentrating on like my pelvic floor. So I like to keep my pelvic floor nice and tight, my abdomen nice and tight. Focusing on that helps also, because this is our core strength in here. And so this will help keep this area nice and strong. All right, so let's bring our legs into this. So I'm going to reach across, and as I do, my right hand comes up, my right leg comes out, and then I pull it back. It gets a little hard going side to side, and I think we get sloppy. So I'm going to do 10 to the right, and then I'll do 10 to the left. So we'll start with just one side, and let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, nice and strong, each one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, take a breath. Good job. Nice. Moving the arms and the legs while it gets that cardio moving. So, all right, let's go ahead and grab our weights. So we have different weights that are here. At home, you can grab your weights. You can also do this with water bottles. You don't have to use weights. If you don't use weights, you can visualize that you have weights in your hands, just as powerful for the body. Okay, let's start with the strong stance. Feet are flat on the ground. Spine is nice and straight. Roll those shoulders up and let them drop as if they're dropping into your back pockets. The chin is soft, kind of pointing down just a little bit. That's going to release the tension in the back of the neck. Palms facing me. Let's do our bicep curls. I'm going to curl up for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tuck that ab in. 8, 9, 10, and down. Let's go ahead and turn those palms facing in. Same bicep curl. 1, push them down. 2, push down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms come back towards me. This time we'll do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Palms in. Let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Palms out. This is going to be our last set. Let's do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Palms facing in. 1. Push it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, rest those hands at your side. Check in with your body, see how it feels. If those shoulders started creeping up, make sure they're staying nice and relaxed. You don't want your muscles to be tense when you're working out. You want them to be relaxed. All right, my feet are still flat on the ground. My abdomen is still nice and tight. Tuck those muscles in. Might as well work them out throughout this exercise program. You're gonna lift up into airplane arms, push that energy out, and lower back down. Let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not too fast. 6, use your strength. 7, 8, whew, makes it a little harder. 9, 10, shoot that energy outward and lower back down. Nice, good job. A lot of times we use the momentum, and we don't want to use the momentum. You want to use the strength in your deltoids. So lift those arms up and lower slowly. Same move. I'm going to have you do a variation now. Instead of the palms facing towards each other, facing down, I'm going to have you turn those palms facing me. And we're going to lift them out again. As you get to this apex, this top, point it outward and lower back down. So just switching the palms so they're facing me. Let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, push it out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is tough. 9, 10, and release. Let's go ahead and set those weights down, shake those arms out. Whew. Just a switch in the direction makes all the difference, right? Okay, one more switch. So we started with our palms down. We moved our palms facing me. This time those palms are going to face up. This one's going to be maybe a little easier for you because you got your biceps stepping in. Still a little challenge here. We got a little twist on the arm. If this is uncomfortable and it hurts the shoulders, go back to the original rotation of pointing forward. Let's lift up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys have got this. 8, almost there. 9, energy out. 10, energy out and release. Let's set those weights down, shake those arms out. Ooh, that one was hard. Last week, I did a new move where we did the bicep curls starting out, and later in the day, I could feel that. I don't know if you felt it. So I can always know when we did a new move because I did new muscles, right? Whew, good job. All right, let's take those weights. We're going to put them up by our shoulders. I'm going to push up towards the ceiling and come back down. Now, we did this in our warm-up, and we had our feet going. So let's add those feet. So as we push up, one leg's going to lift up. And as we push up, the other leg's going to lift up. And let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and take a breath. My arms are still fatigued from this other move. All right, let's rest those weights down on our knees. Feet are still flat on the ground. I'm going to lift the weight straight out in front of me and back down. Let's lift up. And as you get to that top, push that energy out. Feel it pushing up from your body towards me and back down. We'll lift up for 10. 1, push it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, one more. 10 and release. Nice. Whew. So you know, while you're exercising, you are boosting your immune system, helping ward off against viruses, strengthening your bone density. So that will help if you do fall, that you won't break your bones as easily. You're increasing blood circulation, helping to ward off Alzheimer's and dementia. all kinds of goodness is happening as you sit in the chair. Very much worth coming here.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is. I wish I started this earlier.
I know. All right, so we're gonna do that same lift, only this time I'm gonna lift one leg up and lower back down. Lift one leg up, lower back down. Let's do this for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. Nice. And because we add such challenging moves that you have to really think about and challenge the mind, you're creating different neural pathways in the brain. So all kinds of goodness happening. I'm going to scoot back because my next move, I'm going to lift both feet together. And when I sit on the edge, it feels like I'm going to fall forward. So I'm going to sit back enough that both feet can raise up off the ground. As my feet rise, so do my arms. And let's do this for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and release. Good job. I'm going to come back to the edge of my chair. While my weights are on my knees, I'm going to lift up onto my tiptoes. So you may want to pull your feet back so you can get a higher lift. The goal in this move is to really lift as high as you can to include this calf muscle in the exercise. And so I'm going to add this extra weight as I lift up just to add a little resistance. So go ahead and find that position that you're able to lift up. And at the same time, put your weight down on those legs so that those raises have some resistance. And let's lift up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Let's go ahead and open those legs up. So I'm going to adjust my body. I'm going to do that same move. So now my legs, my knees are pointed outward at 45. My feet are in alignment with those knees. I'm going to do that same lift back down. But I pull my body forward so I can still put some resistance on them. My arms are straight so I can push down. And let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. And go ahead and pull those feet back together. Good job. Nice. So you're working your ankle just a bit. You're working the underneath the arch of the foot and the calf during that move. So I'm going to pull my body forward so that I have a space. So for those of you on Zoom, I actually have a lot of space underneath my legs. I'm going to lean my body forward and my weights are going to go into that open space here. From here, I'm going to be doing my reverse fly. So I'm going to pull those arms up like I did in my airplane move and back down. But because I'm leaning forward, I'm engaging the muscles across my back. Let's lift up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you can set those weights down if you want to sit up and take a breath. Sometimes leaning forward can compress our lungs and prevent us from breathing. We're going to bend back down to do that move, but go ahead and take a breath in. And let's go back down, grab those weights. This time we're going to pull those weights straight up. So instead of going out like airplane arms, we're going to pull them up. And so I'm going to pull them as close as I can to my shoulders and then push back down towards the ground. And let's do that pull, push for a count of 10. 1, push, 2, push, 3, push, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it down. And you can go ahead and set those weights down, sit up, take a deep breath in. Make sure you're getting plenty of oxygen in the body, especially if you have masks on. All right, we're going to do another move in that position. Bring your body back down, grab those weights. we're going to do our reverse fly. So I'm going to pull up my energy from my elbow. So my elbows are going to pull up, but I'm going outward like I did in my airplane move. Once I get as high as I can, I'm going to open those arms up, bend those arms, push them back down. So it's almost a combination of the two moves we just did. And let's do this for 10. 1, open up, push them down. 2, open up, push down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it down. All right, bring your body up. Whew. Good job. Nice work. All right, I'm going to separate my legs just a bit so that I have a space between my legs. You have a couple options here. From here, I'm just going to let my arms rest out as if they're just hanging comfortably, not letting the body lean forward. My body is still sitting upright. My feet are flat, pushing against the earth. I'm going to raise these arms up over my head, touch my shoulders, and back down. You can choose to only use one weight if that's easier for you to lift that weight up and back down. You can choose to use both weights, or you don't have to use any weight at all. But let's go ahead and lift up for a count of 10. 1, tap those shoulders, back down. 2, back is staying nice and straight on this move. 3, 4, 5, push it up towards the ceiling, use those triceps. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, take a breath. Whew. Good job. So as my hands drop behind, I use these muscles in the back of my arms, my triceps, to lift back up, almost as if I were hammering. And again, you can engage your fingers. I actually shift my energy from my pointer finger to my pinky as I do that. So I start at my pointer finger and I kind of like fan that energy, even though if you don't see it, that energy is moving down into my pinky as my hands come down. All right, let's use our body now. So now I'm going to tilt at the waist. So I'm going to go all the way down, touch as far as I'm able to. This might be different for all of you. It might just be a slight bend forward. Some of you may want to go super deep. I'm going to bring those arms up. Same thing, tap the shoulders. Use those triceps to go up towards the ceiling and back down. Let's do this for 10. We're going to start sitting up. 1, tap all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one here, 10, all the way up, and bring those arms to your waist. Good job, nice. Ooh. Great way to use the whole body.
That's a good ooh.
We need to do this more than once a week, huh?
Yes.
Yes, yes. And we have other classes offered. Yeah, the body does better when you do this more often. All right. So I've got my hands on my hips. I'm going to do that move where we pushed across our body, right? And now I have weights in my hand. So I'm going to push across and push across. And let's do 10. 1, both sides. 2, 3. This is good for the spine too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. Nice. Let's set one weight down. I've got one weight in my hand, and it's going to go between my knees. Let's squish those knees together. Try to push that weight, compress it into a tiny, tiny square, It's not going to happen, but we can visualize that those legs are squishing that weight. This is strengthening all the muscles on the inside of the thighs, also helping to build the pelvic floor. So visualize the abdomen engaged as you try to squish this ball. This weight, sorry, I usually have a ball. You're like, what ball? And release, nice. And our hands are still on the outside of each weight. I want you to take that weight, tap your shoulder, go back down. As you reach those knees, squish just for a moment, bring it back up to the other side. Let's do this for 10. 1, squish. 2, squish. 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze. 5, squeeze. 6, squeeze. 7, squeeze. 8, squeeze. 9, squeeze. 10, squeeze. Nice. All right, let's bring that weight up to our chest. Lift those arms up and try to squish that bump, that dumbbell. I know. And release. Nice. We're going to look under our arm. Let's do that circle. We'll do 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go the other way. So look under that opposite arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, go ahead and set that weight down. Good job. Nice. All right, we've been sitting still for a little bit, so our legs need to become engaged. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and march in place. So you can put your hands on your hips. You can put them on the chair to keep your back nice and straight. You can lift those arms out if you want to engage the core. And let's lift those knees up as high as you can. Bring them back down. Lift them up. We're just going to get those legs warmed up. They've been sitting still for a little bit. And as soon as those toes or those balls of your feet touch the ground, lift up the opposite foot. Energy is extending out or it's extending up. However it feels good for you right now. Sometimes I have a tendency to kind of crunch down. So I like to lift up. But sometimes my chest feels like it's enclosed too. So I open it up this way. Let's go a little faster. We got some energy in here. And pull those arms in and rest those feet. Nice, good job. All right, so we're going to do a new move today. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see this. I'm actually going to kick our foot back. And so I'm at the edge of my chair, so I can kick that foot back, almost as if I'm trying to kick my own bottom, but the chair's in the way. So do be careful if your chair has a hangover. You don't want it to hit that calf. But the goal is to engage this muscle, our hamstring. So we're going to kick back, kick forward, kick back, kick forward. And so you're going to feel the muscle on the front of the leg, the muscle on the back of the leg engaged in this. All right, so let's do 10. 1, back, 4, 2, 3, 4. Really pull it back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push forward and release. Whew. Can you feel it all the way up? Yes. It's not a muscle we often use when we're seated. And so it's a nice way to become engaged in this back muscle. So my hands are on my hips. You could put your hands on the chair too. Remember, that's going to help elongate that spine, however it feels comfortable for you. And let's do 10. Pull back. 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and forward and release. Nice, good job. Our next move, we're going to pull that knee up and now visualize that there's a heavy weight in front of you that you're going to push against. So I'm actually pushing through my heel. So if you can see, my foot is really flexed because I'm pushing something away as if I'm pushing with the heel of my foot. So I bring that knee up as high as I can. Now it's up against maybe a flat plate, a wall, and I'm going to push it away and bring that leg back up. Let's push for 10. 1, bring it back up. 2, 3, 4, really push. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Woo, nice. Can really feel that thigh working. All right, so again, hands can go on the waist. It could go on the chair, wherever it feels comfortable. Bring that knee up, flex that toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Good job, nice. So our next move, you can lean back against the chair, but I have like an angle. So I'm not sitting all the way back against the chair. My bottom is at the front of the chair and I'm leaning back, so I've got an angle. This is gonna engage my core here. I'm gonna hang onto the chair, both knees are gonna lift up, both feet are gonna push that heavy wall away, bringing them back up, pushing it away. So use the chair, let it help you hold yourself up, but engage these ab muscles as well as the thighs. And we're gonna push away for 10. Do you need to hang on to make sure you don't slide out, or you can also lock your arms against the back to help keep your body upright. Let's do this for 10. 1, pull it back up. 2, 3, 4, you've got this. 5,
Yeah, right.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Woo, good job. Nice. You can hear my count as it. All right. So that was a little tough on the back. Let's lean forward. Let's release that back just a bit. Go ahead and let those arms relax. Let any tightness that happens in the back loosen up and release. And bring your body back upright. Nice. All right. You should not feel tension and tightness during these moves. It might when you do it, but know to go back and loosen them up, bring some attention to that area. Okay, still working on these legs here. And so we're going to do our mountain climber. So I'm going to isolate one leg. I'm going to open that leg out. Arms are going to go into goddess or cactus. Arms are going to lift that knee up, tap the elbow back down. We'll do each side for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's switch into the other side. Open up that leg as far as you're able to today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bring those feet back in. Good job. We're going to lift both our feet up together and lower them back down. So find a place that feels comfortable for you. If today you want the chair to help lift you, scoop back, and then the chair can hold onto your entire leg, and just the thighs are going to lift those legs up. If today you want to use more of your core, sit on the edge of your seat, and as you lift up, you feel your core muscles having to engage as you go up. You can hang onto the chair if that helps support you, or those arms can be free. And that way, all of the muscles in your core will be engaged in lifting those legs up. So you have a couple choices. So I'm going to use my arms out. I'm going to lift up for 10. 1, 2, don't swing them. 3, lift them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're too tall. And relax those arms. Nice. Let's go ahead and lift those feet out. I'm going to hang on to my chair. I'm going to take one leg out, one leg back in. It's a little bit harder. I've got a little blanket on here that's not letting me slide very well. But so you can slide out or you can lift it out. And let's do 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2. You guys look good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back release those legs. Ooh, good job. Nice work. Nice work. Yeah, you really feel that in the muscles up the top of the thighs, but also your core is engaged in that move there. So today's workout is all about keeping you guys standing upright and not having that as much of a concern of falling. Yeah, you know, we kind of curl up and even become distracted, and it's easy to trip on something. And so I want to keep our bodies nice and
Like
safe.
dogs.
Hmm?
Like dogs.
Oh yes, like dogs, for sure. All right. So let's go ahead. We've got a few moments still. Let's go ahead and continue to work on our legs here. And so I'm going to do my step out and step back. And so you can visualize your step. Speaking of dogs, you're stepping over a dog and bringing it back. And let's go ahead and let's step over this dog or this block or whatever happens to be laying on the ground near you. Could be a grandchild, for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your body upright. 5. That was for me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the center. Let's do both legs at one time. So you might want to hang on to the chair to keep your body nice and secure. And so both legs are going to come out. Both legs are going to come back in. And so now we're using our abductors and our abductors. So let's do both. 1, bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back in. Nice. Good job. Whew. All right. Let's go ahead and leave those legs out. We're going to do our cherry picker move here. So we've been working these thighs. And so this cherry picker actually strengthens the leg, but it also opens it up and stretches it. So we'll do a combo here. Leave those arms up towards the ceiling. Push, push up. We're going to turn towards one leg. Lean forward. And let's walk our hands across. Visualize you're picking up cherries. Drop that belly down as deep as you're able to. Bring that arm up. Let's do 5 on this side. This is 2. 3. 4. Last one on this side. 5. Move those hands across. Drop that belly down as far as you can. Bring those arms up. Reach up as high as you can. Let's turn towards that opposite leg. Let's do 5 this direction. 1. All the way across. 2. 3. 4. 5. All the way across. Bring those arms up. Let's reach up towards the ceiling. And let's bring those arms straight down the center here. Push your feet against the earth so you feel your legs engaged. So even though my hands are touching the ground, I am pushing with my feet. And so keep those hands extended out. Push with your feet to bring that body up towards the ceiling. I'm going to do that 3 times. So arms are up towards the ceiling, all the way back forward. Push with the soles of your feet into the earth. Push, lifting that body up. That's 2. All the way back down. Last one, push with the feet. 3, push up. Push up a little higher, push through your feet. Drop those arms into goddess arms. Try to touch those shoulder blades. From here, go ahead and look up. And release. Woo, good job. Nice. All right. That alone might have started to raise the cardio, but we're going to lift our cardio up just a little bit more. So let's begin to move the arms. Get those arms moving, swinging back and forth. Watch your chair. You may need to adjust yourself. I don't want you to hit your funny bone, hit your arm. And so move those arms. Now get the body moving side to side. As you twist, you're pushing air out and bringing air in. It helps to cleanse the lungs. It might cause some dizziness, so watch yourself that you don't go too fast. But this twisting is going to help bring clean air into the body, pushing old stale air out. And you're going to notice your breath picking up just a bit. All right. So now let's reach out further as we twist. Reach out further. And again, you can use those hands. Visualize that you're grabbing, right? Engage those fingers, engage that grip. If you get dizzy, keep your face looking forward. All right, and you're going to add those legs. Arms are still moving. You don't have to go quite as far. You can just swing them back and forth. Let's bring those legs up now. My body's going side to side. My legs are going up and down. Ooh, I got quite the contradiction going on here in my body. My body wants to swing, right? But body's going sideways, legs are going up and down. Let's move those legs a little higher. I'm going to do this for another 10 seconds. You guys have got this. You can go faster if you want to. Bring that heart rate up. You can slow it down. We've got 5 seconds more. And there we go. Slow it down. Hands on the knees. Deep breath in. Let it out. Push your feet into the earth. If you ever feel that you're getting lightheaded, if you're feeling out of breath, find that connection to the earth. Pushing the hands down into the legs, that'll help settle your body down. Deep breath in. Let the body and the shoulders relax. See how quickly you can calm down. You guys have been practicing. It doesn't take as much now, right? Remember this in real life. Use this, right? So as your body gets tense, as things agitate you, or maybe a car cuts you off and your energy is raised up, sink it back down. All right, let's do our jumping jacks. I'm going to sit on the edge so I have a little more mobility. You can just do your feet if you want. You can do just your arms, or you can do your arms and your feet together. We're going to do 35. I'm bumping it up just a few more. Okay, but I'm confident in you guys. Let's do 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Picking up the speed. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. A little faster. 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. As fast as you can go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and settle down. Woo, nice. Push your feet into the earth, hands into the knees. If you're pushing into your knees, don't let that body raise up. Still let the arms sink down, shoulders relax. Everything is pushing down towards the earth. Deep breath in. Settle that breath down a little deeper. If it helps, you can close your eyes. Some people like to count to 10. Whatever it takes for your body to settle back down. Nice, good job. Let's do some stretches before we end our class. We used our core quite a bit today, so I'm going to move you into a spinal twist. My feet are pointed forward. I'm going to take my left hand onto my right knee. I'm going to look behind me, and I'm going to use the back of my chair to help me with this twist. Engage the eyes, look as far as you can. And bring your body back forward. Let's twist the other direction. And come back forward. We'll do that twice. And let's go over that first shoulder. And come back. And let's look over the opposite shoulder. And come back. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and roll those shoulders. We really worked our arms today in some of those exercises. Let's notice if there's any tightness and just feel it release. You can change direction. I can always tell if I slept funny, tightness in my shoulder. big circles now. Bring those arms super big all the way around. I'm going to go all the way down, dragging my fingers across the ground. Bringing my body upright, opening up my chest. Palms are now facing up. Head is leaning back. All the way forward, nice and slow. This is that whole body stretch, including the spine, the shoulders, the back, the neck, the head. The chin, you can point that chin up. Let's do this one more time. Palms face up, head leans back. I'm going to bring my body all the way down, and let's change direction. Palms face forward as if you're scooping, send that energy towards me, up towards the ceiling. Palms face down, touch those shoulder blades together, round the back. Let that back curl as you scoop down, opening up. Let's do 2 more. Nice way to open up the entire body. Loosen up those joints, get fluid in all those areas. And rest those hands on your knees.